Hey friends, welcome to the Leadership Journey. I'm your host Nolan, and today we're diving into the story of leaders whose vision and determination helped shape the Great Lakes region, Jacob Astor. Now you might be wondering, how did a young immigrant from Germany transform fur trading in the Great Lakes into one of the biggest business empires of early America? Well, buckle up, because this is a story about ambition, risk-taking, and thinking ahead. 3 things that every great leader needs. So let's head back in time and find out how Jacob Astor built his fortune and what leadership lessons we can find from his journey. Jacob Astor was born in 1763 in a small town in Germany. Life wasn't easy for him growing up, but he had big dreams. As a young man, he decided to leave everything behind and sail across the ocean to America, hoping to build a better future. He didn't have a wealthy family or special connections, just determination and a sharp business sense. When Astor arrived in the United States, he quickly realized something. The Great Lakes were like highways for trade. This was the late 1700s, and the fur trade was booming. Traders and trappers moved valuable furs across the lakes, selling them to merchants who shipped them all over the world. Astor saw an opportunity, and instead of just working for someone else, he decided to take a bold step. He would build his own business. At first, he started small, buying and selling furs, but he had a bigger plan in mind. In 1808, he founded the American Fur Company, and this is where his leadership really started to shine. He set up trading posts in key locations, places like Mackinac Island in Detroit, where trappers and traders could bring their furs. His company controlled much of the fur trade in the Great Lakes region, and soon Astor became one of the wealthiest men in America. Now let's take a closer look at 3 key leadership lessons from Astor's story, lessons that connect the Great Lakes to great leaders. The first lesson is vision. Astor wasn't just thinking about today, he was thinking about the future. He saw something others didn't. The Great Lakes weren't just bodies of water, they had the perfect transportation system for trade. By setting up trading posts along the lakes, he made it easier to move furs from the wilderness to cities and then sell them across the world. His vision just didn't help him, it changed the entire region. As his business grew, towns around the Great Lakes became busier and more connected. Trade routes expanded, jobs were created, and the economy grew. Great leaders like Astor have the ability to see opportunities where others might not. The second lesson is hard work and risk-taking. Let's be real. Starting a business in the early 1800s was no easy task, especially in the wilderness. Astor had to deal with unpredictable weather, tough travel conditions, and competition from other traders. Imagine having to travel for weeks through snow-covered forests and frozen rivers just to get furs. But Astor didn't let challenges stop him. He worked hard to build relationships with traders in Native American communities, securing the best furs for his company. He also took a big risk, like investing all his money into his business and expanding into new territories before anyone else did. His willingness to take a risk paid off. By the early 1800s, the American fur country dominated the industry. The Great Lakes became a hub of trade, and Astor became one of the richest men in American history. Great leaders don't just wait for opportunities, they go after them, even when it's tough. And finally, the third lesson is thinking ahead. Astor understood something very important. Success doesn't last forever unless you plan for the future. He saw that the fur trade wouldn't always be profitable. Fashion trends were changing, and demand for furs wouldn't last forever. So what did he do? He pivoted. Instead of holding onto the fur business forever, he invested in land, especially in a growing city called New York City. He bought up huge amounts of property, and over time, that land became incredibly valuable. Because of his smart decisions, his wealth and influence didn't fade away. Even today, Astor's name is connected to places in New York, and his investments helped shape the city into what it is now. Great leaders know that success today doesn't guarantee success tomorrow. You have to plan ahead and be ready to adapt. So what's the connection between Great Lakes and great leaders? Jacob Astor's leadership helped transform the Great Lakes into a major trade center. His vision, hard work, and ability to think ahead made him one of the most successful people of his time. And And here's the takeaway. Great leaders don't wait for the success to find them. They look for opportunities, work hard, and always thinking about the future. Just like Astor saw the potential of the Great Lakes, you can always look for ways to create opportunities in your own life. The next time you see a challenge, think like a leader. Ask yourself, what opportunities can I find here? How can I work hard and take smart risks? And how can I plan ahead for the future? Thanks for joining us today on the leadership journey. I hope you enjoyed learning about how Jacob Astor's leadership helped shape the Great Lakes region and created new paths for success. If you liked this episode, don't forget to keep listening, and always remember, keep dreaming big, working hard, and thinking ahead. You can be a great leader too. See you next time.